Hey everyone, and welcome to part 2 of this video. If you missed part 1, make sure you check it out to truly see what is going on and what it means. Also make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this that go in depth into situations going on in K-pop. Well, if you didn't know already, the Seoul Central District Court ruled on October 30th, 2025, that the exclusive contracts between K-pop group NEWJEANS and their label ADOR are valid and enforceable until 2029. The court dismissed NEWJEANS' claims to terminate the contract on the basis that ADOR breached it by dismissing former CEO Min Hee-jin, stating that her removal did not constitute a breach of contract or a managerial vacuum. The court also found no sufficient evidence that ADOR failed its management obligations, including allegations about leaked trainee videos and bullying claims. Despite the ruling, NEWJEANS announced they would appeal, citing a complete breakdown of trust with the agency. ADOR remains the legal management company for NEWJEANS and plans to proceed with the group's activities, including upcoming album releases. Let's now move deeper into the court proceedings, as another major point of contention came from NEWJEANS member Honey, who claimed that she had experienced ignoring remarks that violated her personal rights. On October 30th, during the ruling by the 41st Civil Agreement Division of the Seoul Central District Court, presided over once again by Judge Jung Hoe-il, the court rejected this claim. The official statement read, "The submitted evidence alone is insufficient to acknowledge that Honey heard remarks from the ILIT manager that violated her personal rights, such as, 'Ignore me.' Immediately after receiving the issue, we requested HYBE to review the relevant CCTV footage, and as a result, the security policy team and the business security team secured the CCTV footage. The security policy team and the business security team appear to have continued to search for additional footage that Honey and the ILIT members had given at ADOR's request. Since the CCTV footage did not record audio at the scene, even if the scene at the time was recorded on the CCTV footage, it is unlikely that ILIT's manager's remarks were recorded. Considering these factors, it can be seen that the plaintiff took sufficient measures to confirm the facts stated by Honey at the time. This essentially means that the court found no sufficient evidence to prove that the alleged 'ignore me' incident had occurred in the way it was described. Let's rewind for a moment. This all began when Honey appeared as a witness during the National Assembly Environment and Labor Committee's state audit in October 2024. Long before this verdict. There, she testified publicly about what she described as idle bullying and workplace harassment. Her words were emotional. "There's a floor in the building where people get their hair and makeup done. I got my hair and makeup done first, and I was waiting in the hallway when team members from other labels passed by me. They used to greet me nicely before. After about 5 or 10 minutes, they came out again, and I stayed in the same spot. As they were coming out, the manager from the other team made eye contact with me and told the members following me to pretend not to see and ignore me," she continued. "I don't understand why I have to go through this, and I didn't understand the environment that someone like that works in the first place. But this wasn't the first or second time this happened." Afterward, Honey took to social media to express her frustration, posting, "I remember everything exactly. I wanted to say it in court earlier, but I held back." But ADOR quickly pushed back, claiming that Min Hee-jin had exaggerated the event into what became known online as the "ignore me" incident. ADOR stated, "Honey also revealed that all 3 members of ILIT greeted me. Honey's story is, I never said ignore me. I don't remember well, but I think they just pretended not to know and told me to pass by. Then, Min Hee-jin said, 'Ignore me? Is everyone ignoring you?' and made the incident into a 'ignore me' incident. When she also asked, 'Did your manager tell you not to greet me?' Honey said, 'I don't know.' ADOR's conclusion was sharp. Min Hee-jin made up a false excuse, and Honey herself said that it wasn't something to make a big deal about. And with that, the court effectively sided with ADOR's position, finding no substantial evidence that Honey had been mistreated in the way NEWJEANS' side alleged. Following the ruling, an actual NEWJEANS fan who attended the trial shared their impressions online. Their words spread quickly among Korean forums and social media. Since I've been getting a lot of questions, I'll clarify again. Not a single claim made by NEWJEANS' side was accepted. The court ruled the exclusive contract is valid. Since we've gone all the way to the end, all that's left now is to wait for Minji, Honey, Danielle, Harin, and Heen's decision on what to do next. Whatever choice the former members make, I'll unconditionally support and follow them." In plain terms, this fan confirmed what the documents and court records already suggested. None of the arguments presented by NEWJEANS' legal team were upheld. The contract remains binding, and all that remains now is the decision of the members, whether they will return to ADOR or continue to fight through appeals. As some online commenters put it, even if they go to the very end, the result is obvious. But the most shocking twist in this entire saga wasn't about the contracts or even about Min Hee-jin's dismissal. It was about the parents. Up until this point, fans and media assumed that all 5 NewJeans members and their parents were completely united in their position against ADOR, but court records revealed that this wasn't true. In one of the most surprising developments, it was revealed that there were internal disagreements among some of the parents, and that these differences even escalated into a custody lawsuit. Here's what happened. One of the minor members, referred to as A, faced a situation where her 2 parents, B and C, did not agree on the lawsuit. Because A is a minor, both parents share equal legal rights and must both consent to any legal action on her behalf. However, parent B refused to sign the documents needed for the injunction that NewJeans filed to suspend their exclusive contract with ADOR. Parent B explicitly opposed their daughter's involvement in the lawsuit, stating that they did not support legal action against the company. Meanwhile, parent C took the opposite stance, siding with their daughter, believing that ADOR could no longer be trusted and that NewJeans should leave the company. When B refused to cooperate, C filed a custody lawsuit against their spouse B, seeking full parental authority over A for matters related to the lawsuit. This was the first public confirmation that even within NewJeans families, the conflict had caused real divisions. It wasn't just a professional or legal disagreement anymore. It had become deeply personal. According to statements from NewJeans legal representatives and the court during the hearing on October 4th, the family court in charge of the custody matter appears to have ruled in favor of parent C, the one who supported the lawsuit. This ruling effectively restricted B's parental authority, allowing C to act on behalf of their daughter in the legal process. It's not currently known whether B has filed an appeal. In summary, one of the members' parents opposed the lawsuit, which initially blocked that member from participating legally. The supporting parent then sued for custody to gain sole legal authority, and won. This paints a picture of just how fractured and complex this dispute has become. It wasn't just ADOR versus NewJeans, it was family versus family. As one court observer put it, this isn't exactly a hopeful story. Even when one parent fought to keep their child out of the legal battle, the member herself remained determined to see the lawsuit through to the very end. And yet, despite all this chaos, the press conferences, lawsuits, emotional testimonies, public statements, and even the custody drama, there's one thing that's surprising everyone. HYBE's stock price is rising. While many expected the prolonged dispute to hurt investor confidence, the opposite has happened. HYBE's shares have reportedly been climbing sharply since the ruling, a trend that some say is almost ironic, considering that this outcome, ADOR maintaining its hold over its most successful group, actually strengthens HYBE's control overall. In a twist that many online have pointed out, this almost mirrors what Min Hee-jin herself allegedly planned according to HYBE's internal audit reports, to restructure ADOR in her own favor and gain independence from HYBE's authority. Now, in the end, it's HYBE that walks away stronger than ever. As of the ruling on October 30th, 2025, the Seoul Central District Court has ruled decisively. The exclusive contracts between ADOR and NewJeans remain valid until July 2029. The group has announced their intent to appeal, but until the higher court issues a new decision, ADOR remains their legal management company. That means, in theory, the members are still under contract, and ADOR could resume their promotions at any time, though in practice, it's unclear how that would work with such tension between both sides. ADOR has already said, "We have finished preparations for activities such as the release of a full-length album and are waiting. We will do our best to return to our fans through discussions with the artists." Meanwhile, NewJeans' legal team reiterated, "The members respect the court's decision, but given that the trust relationship with ADOR has completely broken down, it is impossible for them to return and continue normal entertainment activities. They hope the appellate court will comprehensively review the facts and make a wise ruling." That puts the K-pop world at a crossroads. Will NewJeans appeal successfully and find a way to leave ADOR once and for all? Or will the next few years see them forced to continue under a company they say they no longer trust? Even some fans have said, "Whatever choice the members make, I'll unconditionally support and follow them." But the legal reality remains. The contract stands. This case has become one of the most complicated and publicized disputes in K-pop history, blending business, emotion, and loyalty in ways that few stories ever do. It began with the fall of Min Hee-jin, once hailed as a creative genius behind NewJeans' success. It grew into a public feud involving HYBE, ADOR, and the members themselves, pulling in lawsuits, media wars, and family conflicts. The court's decision doesn't necessarily end the story, but it sets the stage for what's next. Right now, ADOR stands legally victorious, HYBE's control is secure, and NewJeans' path forward remains uncertain. Whether the appeal changes anything or not, one thing is clear. This case has forever changed the relationship between idols and agencies in the modern K-pop era. And as HYBE's stock continues to rise and the headlines keep spinning, fans are left asking the same question. Was this the result you expected? Well, that's it for today. This case is far from from over. NewJeans has appealed, and more developments are sure to follow as the higher courts take over. But for now, the court has ruled in favor of ADOR, and the contracts stand firm until 2029. What do you think? Will the appeal change anything, or is this the final chapter of NewJeans versus ADOR? If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like and subscribe to support the channel and stay updated on everything going on in K-pop. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
In the future.